Okay, we're going to call this meeting of the Sacramento City Council and Housing Authority to order at 2:02 p.m. at October 10th, 2023. Madam Clerk, if you could please call the roll to establish a quorum.
Thank you. Councilmember Kaplan. Here. Councilmember Laloe.
Here.
Councilmember Talamontes.
Here.
Councilmember Valenzuela.
Here.
Councilmember Mitchell.
Here.
Councilmember Jennings.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Vang.
Here.
And Vice Mayor Guerra.
Here. And the mayor.
We expect the mayor momentarily.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay, let's see. Mayor Pro Tem Vang, do you mind joining us in the land acknowledgement and then I'll have Councilmember Jennings do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Absolutely.
We'll share.
Please rise for the opening acknowledgement in honor of Sacramento's indigenous people and tribal lands. To the original people of this land, the Nisenan people, the Southern Maidu, Valleys and Plain Miwok, Patwin and Wintu peoples, and the people of Walton Rancheria, Sacramento's only federally recognized tribe. May we acknowledge and honor the Native people who came before us and still walk beside us today on these ancestral lands by choosing to gather today in the active practice of acknowledgement and appreciation for Sacramento indigenous people history, contributions, and lives.
Councilmember
Please
Jennings.
remain standing and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty, justice for all.
Thank you all very much. Madam Clerk?
Thank you, Vice Mayor. We have one item. Is approval of the 2024 one-year action plan for the Community Development Block Grant CDBG Home Investment Partnership Program, HOME, Emergency Solutions Grant, ESG, and Housing Opportunities for Persons with AIDS, HOPWA, funded projects and programs, amendment to prior year's action plans, amendment to the Sacramento Housing and Redevelopment Agency, SHRA budget, authorization of the award and execution of a 5-year consolidated plan consultant contract, and authorize establishing the City of Sacramento revenue and expenditures budgets for CDBG.
Thank you. I appreciate those brief titles. Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Stephanie Green. I'm the Federal Programs Manager at the Sacramento Housing and Redevelopment Agency, and today I'll be presenting the 2024 Annual Action Plan for Federal Programs. As a reminder, throughout the year, we had 2 workshops where I presented the estimated available funding, discussed eligible activities, and presented a draft project list. For this presentation, I'll start by providing a high-level overview of the federal programs process and HUD requirements, go over accomplishments for 2023, and finally, we'll describe what the 2024 action plan will include. So as a high-level overview, SHRA has been delegated authority by the City Council to administer HUD formula program grants. As part of that, there are steps that HUD requires us to take. First, HUD requires grant recipients to certify annually that will affirmatively further fair housing and incorporate purposes and policies of the Fair Housing Act into our planning processes. In compliance with the fair housing requirements, in 2019, the city, along with surrounding municipalities, completed a regional analysis of impediments to fair housing, or AI, to identify barriers to fair housing in the community and actions that can be taken to overcome those barriers. The findings of the AI are then incorporated into the consolidated plan, which is a 5-year plan required by HUD that describes the community needs and identifies a long-term strategy to meet those needs. The current consolidated plan was completed and approved in 2019 after an extensive amount of community outreach and consultation with other public entities in the region, and it covers the years 2020 through 2024. This year, in 2024, we'll be developing the new plan, which will cover the years 2025 to 2029. Then, every year, HUD requires the city to approve an action plan, which identifies the funding resources and specific activities, projects, and programs that will be undertaken to meet the goals and objectives identified in the consolidated plan. This action plan describes how the various funding sources will be used. Those funding sources include Community Development Block Grant, or CDBG, Home Investment Partnership Program, or HOME, Emergency Solutions Grant, Block Grant, or ESG, and Housing Opportunities for Persons with AIDS, or HOPWA. The primary categories that CDBG funds includes public facilities and infrastructure, housing, public services, grant planning and admin, and capital reserve. HOME is used for rehab and construction of affordable housing. ESG is used to address and prevent homelessness, and HOPWA is used to provide rental assistance and services for individuals that have HIV or AIDS. And now I'll provide an update on some accomplishments achieved in 2023. And for example, a few infrastructure projects that were completed this year include the Temple Avenue Park project, which included new park signage, resurfacing and restriping of the basketball court, and an ADA-compliant drinking fountain and walkways. There was also the Nielsen Park project, which included ADA walkways, shade structure, trees, park furniture, and improvements to the tennis courts and playfields. For public services, we provide a variety of safety net programs, and this slide provides an estimate of the number of people and households served by these programs in 2023. These programs include Meals on Wheels, which is meals to seniors, and homelessness or housing assistance through our rapid rehousing activities, our home repair programs, as well as providing operational funding for shelters. Now looking forward to 2024, the next few slides will go over the estimated entitlements, the proposed CDBG allocations by funding category, and the proposed infrastructure projects. This slide shows what we anticipate receiving from HUD for each funding source, and this is an estimate based on previous year's allocations. Overall, we anticipate receiving approximately $9.7 million in entitlement programs in the city. I would also like to note that in addition to entitlement, other resources for CDBG in the action plan include reprogrammed funds from previous year's capital reserve and program income. So our total amount available for CDBG, including all sources, is about $5.6 million. This table shows an overview of the proposed 2024 CDBG allocations by category. Those categories include infrastructure and public facility improvements, housing development and homeownership, which is allocated to multifamily rehab and home repairs for low and moderate income homeowners, public services, which is used for Meals on Wheels and homeless activities, grant planning and admin, which is used for staffing, the planning effort for the consolidated plan, and fair housing activities, the HUD loan repayment, which is for repaying a Section 108 loan for the Marisol Village infrastructure project. And then we also include a category for capital reserve in case of any projects that go over budget. This slide shows the proposed infrastructure and public facility improvements for 2024. Those proposed projects include the North Point project in District 1. This is for design and construction of site furnishings, a new water tap, irrigation improvements, concrete repairs, and tree planting. Mama Marks Park in District 2. This is additional funding to an existing project to convert a wading pool to a splash pad. In District 3, we have Niños Park, which is design and construction for site furnishings, a basketball court, and soccer field improvements. Franklin Complete Streets in District 5. So this is along Franklin Boulevard between 32nd Avenue and the city limits near 38th Avenue. This is for design and right-of-way acquisition for bicycle, pedestrian, and accessibility improvements. The Envision Broadway Oak Park project in District 5. This is along Broadway between Franklin Boulevard and Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard and includes design and engineering of a complete streets project, including reduced travel lanes, buffered bike lanes, signals, and crosswalks. The Fruit Ridge Road Complete Streets project in District 6. This is along Fruit Ridge Boulevard between the 65th Street Expressway and Power Inn Road. I do want to note that staff is working on a future scope increase with Caltrans to extend the limits to Stockton. But this portion of the project will include design, engineering, and construction for the Complete Streets project, including safe bike infrastructure, signal upgrades, improved pedestrian and rail crossings, and an evaluation of a lane reduction. And finally, we have the Wood Park Community Garden project in District 8, which includes construction of a community garden with ADA accessibility to a group picnic area. In addition to the infrastructure projects, the other two main categories we fund in the action plan include housing and public services. And for those programs, we propose to continue funding our ongoing programs. For CDBG, these include Meals on Wheels, homeless shelter activities, and this is at the Grove Cabins and Meadowview, the home repair programs, affordable multifamily housing rehab, and the fair housing activities, which is the Renters Helpline. For ESG, we fund rapid rehousing through VOA, Volunteers of America, and shelters, and this is again the Grove Avenue Cabins in Meadowview. For home, we fund new construction and rehab of multifamily affordable housing. And for HOPWA, we fund housing assistance and operations, case management, and multifamily acquisition and construction. So that concludes my presentation. We're asking you to approve the 2024 one-year action plan. However, prior to approval, I would like to read a change into the record for the resolution that authorizes the city manager to execute and amend agreements and establish revenue and expenditure budgets. The change is on in section 3 on page 2 of the resolution. It should read $200,000 to the Niños Park Improvement Project and $300 to the North Point Park Improvements Project. So those two numbers were just switched. So I'm available to answer any questions.
Very good. Thank you for that. Madam Clerk, do we have members of the public signed up to speak? And then we'll bring it back to the council.
I have no speakers on this item.
Very good. I'm going to first go to Councilmember Maple. Then we have a blank. That's Councilmember Kaplan, Councilmember Talamantes, then Councilmember Vang. Councilmember Maple.
Thank you, Chair. So I just wanted to first thank you both and your team for all the work that went into this, especially a lot of communication from my office. We're learning the process. This is the first year for me learning this. So I really appreciate all the time that you took educating us and walking through everything. And just, I think these are two really great projects in District 5. We actually, the Vice Mayor and I were just at La Familia this morning talking about their transformative climate communities grant proposal and some of the work that's going to go into that. And it's so critically important. There's young people and elderly and folks who are just trying to get around on these streets on Broadway and on Franklin Boulevard, and this is going to be a game changer. So really excited for this, and thank you again for your work.
Thank you very much, Councilmember Maple, and also great comments this morning with the panel that was reviewing the application. Councilmember Kaplan.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. I almost feel like we need to have like streamers and ribbons and we are actually celebrating and doing something really good for the community today. And not often do we just stop and pause and say this is something to be celebrated, because little things add up to big things. So I want to just, everybody who's been involved in doing this, I want to say thank you. These are the best use of funds we can for those who need it the most. My bad, I should have asked this beforehand. If you don't have the answer now, just follow up with me afterwards. Because one of the things highlighting is under fair housing, it references the renter helpline, which is provided to residents who are facing housing crises or disputes. Can you just follow up, or do you have any data on how many people that we're serving and helping with this?
We can follow up on that. I don't have that off the top of my head.
But I wanted to call that out, that we are finding ways to fund this. And I think that we also need to put out, if people have concerns, who do they call? Because we know with the county, the renter helpline went away, and this is saying it's funding. So just how do we educate the community? So any information, follow up with me on that. I would love to help make sure that that gets out there. And then for the CDBG funds being proposed for the home repair and affordable housing rehabilitation program, what's the maximum grant amount, or is that one? And what's the process that homeowners need to go through for being selected?
So the home repair program, that falls under our housing development preservation and home ownership category, and there is no maximum for that category, unlike our public services and our grant planning and admin categories. We have two home repair programs that we administer. One is through SHRA and the other one is a city program. And I believe there's an application for both of those that they would go through. We do have information on the SHRA website about how to apply for that. And it includes some additional information about limits for each household and the requirements for applying for that.
Perfect. And part of my questioning is really, I want to highlight what's out there and that we do have these to help people, because sometimes we have these reports, nobody reads it. So just a pause in making sure that this is on the record, that we have these things out there. And then I just want to say, my little community over in Robla is extremely excited to see their park upgraded. It's at its end of useful life. Needs some more trees, needs some shade for family members. So we are very thankful and excited that they will see a rehab of their park, since it is a little corner and that area doesn't have many parks, and that one is loved by the community. So thank you for that.
Thank you very much, Councilmember Kaplan. And yes, I think reiterating the joint, the request for both the joint city and county renters hotline and improving that resource. Okay, Councilmember Talamantes.
Also really excited to see Niños Park on the list. The SACB came out with an article recently. It stated at the block that this park will have renovations to, has one of the highest concentrations of youth in the area, with 350 children comprising 42% of the neighborhood's population. It's a corner, there's a community garden on the side, and you just have so many families that live in the apartments. They're 5-bedroom apartments, which means that we have multi-generational households living there, and the community there deserves and needs more investment. And that's something that I'm continuing to be focused on. I just want to thank SHRA for listening to the community, listening to me, and really putting resources into District 3. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much. Councilmember Vang.
Thank
Mayor
you,
Pro Tem.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. I also just want to take this opportunity to thank the SHRA team, just really for all your hard work, but also a shout out to our city staff, because these projects are selected by the council members, but it's also with feedback from city staff that let us know all the deferred maintenance for our parks, what's happening in the community. So just want to give a shout out to our city staff that I know worked really hard to also help us prioritize the funding. And then also just want to give a big congratulations for all the 2023 accomplishments, right? As we're celebrating the new funding for these projects in various districts. I think also holding space and celebrating the wins for the 2023 project. In particular, I want to give a shout out to Nelson Park, which is no longer in District 8, but now under the watch of amazing Councilwoman Maple. Really excited to see all the amenities there at Nelson Park that was very much needed for that community in South Sacramento. And then I'm just really excited to see a District 8 project as well in the queue. I know Wood Park in particular lacks a lot of ADA access for our seniors and elderly in that area. That's very much needed. And so just really excited that the community is going to be able to see this community garden, and our seniors are going to be able to actually access the park. And so just thank you so much for all the hard work, but especially our city staff want to say thank you for their hard work. Thanks.
Thank you. I apologize for being late, everyone. Thank you for getting started without me, Vice Mayor, and I'll pick right up. Councilmember Jennings.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to join my colleagues in congratulating the staff on doing a great job, but also want to take a moment to be intentional and congratulate the leader who leads the Sacramento Housing and Redevelopment Agency, Director Lachelle Dozier, who's been doing this since I've been in this seat for many years. And, the day kind of feels like, for me, it's almost like Christmas in October. But you see the federal programs and the action plan that's in front of us. You see the Meals on Wheels program, which really affects a lot of seniors. And last year alone, 1,024 seniors were participating in this program. These are seniors that wouldn't have the right amount of food to be able to survive without a program like this. And I know this personally because I'm starting to see seniors that are my age that are starting to participate in this program. And then you see the proposed 2024 city projects and all the different parks that are being affected and the amount of money that's being spent. I think it's close to $10 million in federal programs, close to $2 million in proposed city projects for 2024. These are not small numbers. These are large numbers. And so I just want to thank the leadership for all the works that you've done, the 2023 projects that have been done, and the 2024 projects that are on the table that will come before us. So good job, great partnership with the city, working with us, working together. And so, like I said, for a lot of people, this is powerful. It's making a difference in their lives, it's making a difference in their communities and in their homes. And so I would not want to do without it. So congratulations to all.
Thank you, Councilmember Jennings. Vice Mayor Guerra.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, again, I want to thank all the staff who've taken the time here, both at SHRA and our city departments here, both Public Works and Parks, who've been involved in these recommendations. I particularly want to highlight the improvements in the park investments and the open space investments and the active transportation investments. Franklin Boulevard, Fruit Ridge Road, those are two major significant ones that we have seen, sadly, some fatalities in those areas, and so this investment here will help us reduce it, particularly on Fruit Ridge Road from Power Inn to 65th Street. We have Earl Warren Elementary right there that faces Fruit Ridge Road, and every morning it's a difficult challenge for families who are crossing Fruit Ridge Road to try to get their kids to school at that elementary school. So I'm excited about the work here, and I know it's a combined effort that we have to do to change the situation. So with that, Mr. Mayor, I'll go ahead and move the item and appreciate everyone's hard work in accessing these federal dollars.
It's great. Okay, thank you so much. Rick, were you up?
I was going to move the item, but my colleague took care of it, and it's already been seconded.
Okay, and I'm going to note you for the record as the third on the motion. Okay, really important part of what we do, and it's one of the rare opportunities, I think, for the district council members to be able to prioritize projects on the capital side and even on the program side, and know that there's that ongoing source of money. And I too appreciate the way, Lachelle, you and your team go about the outreach and working so collaboratively with all the members to allow these things to happen. So appreciate it. We've got a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Oppose, abstain. That passes unanimously. Very good. I think that is the agenda, is it not? And do we have public testimony on items not on the agenda, Madam Clerk?
Mayor, I have no one to speak on matters not on the agenda.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, Mr. Vice Mayor. Yes, of course.
Yeah, before, I just wanted under authority comments here. One of the items that we talked a little bit about earlier was a renter's hotline, and previously SAC Self-Help Housing, which is now unfortunately defunct, ran the Sacramento Renters Hotline. And so one request that I would like to ask our SHRA staff in partnership with the county, because I think this is helpful, is to think through in future recourses, how do we expand a city countywide renters hotline that has the needed information of both our local resources from the city, but the county. So I just wanted to, again, highlight that effort and see how we can build that back up. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Very, very, very good. All right, members. I guess if there's nothing else to come before the Housing Authority and City Council, we're adjourned. We have a closed session, I believe, at 3 o'clock, and then we have session at 5 o'clock. All right, adjourned. Sorry I was late.